Good evening, welcome to the 9th Annual Northern Roots Festival Evening Concert. It's great to see you all here. So a lot of us have had a very full day of music. We pack a lot of stuff into a relatively few short hours. And some of the highlights this year, we had an introduction to Scandinavian fiddle. We had some Irish set dancing happening in the room upstairs. We had sessions learning Irish tunes, sessions learning Scottish tunes. We had a couple of guitar classes. We had some great singing sessions. We had some mini concerts, a couple of band classes. And we had a family concert down here and a family dance. That was a pretty big program of stuff here this afternoon. And that wasn't even including all the stuff that happened over at McNeil's this afternoon. So a very, very packed day. Kind of amidst all of that program, there's a few elements that I just sort of like to underline again this year. The festival has a big teaching program, and we really hope that the festival is kind of a boost to people's playing for established players, and also a chance for new players to kind of come out and to dip their toes or their fingers into some new genres and techniques. Secondly, we have performances during the day and now again in the evening, and that's a chance for us to feature some of the really amazing talent that we have in our traditional community here in Brattleboro. And lastly, it's just a chance for us to have a really fun, great day of music making, made a little bit more special for us by the presence of some really inspiring musical friends who come to town for the festival from elsewhere in the region. So we are very, very lucky to have all those people. And very grateful to them because all these musicians come and they're donating their services for the festival in support of the Brattleboro Music Center and the programming that happens there. So big round of applause for all of our musicians, please. That's very nice of you. You can also buy their CDs at the CD table in each edition. That's the other way that you can show your support for those guys. Also at that table, you'll find our brand new batch of Northern Roots t-shirts, which we found if you wear them, helps you make friends and succeed in business. So that's a good investment. Let me see. The planning for the festival is a collaboration between a committee of some local musicians. And the committee this year included Lisa Schneckenberger, Corey DeMario, Amanda Whitman, Brendan Taff, Becky Tracy, Dan Restivo, Mary Lee, and myself. So a lot of those are very familiar names to those of you in the music community. They're all very accomplished musicians, and they really help us out a great deal in terms of planning the festival and on the day itself, kind of running the event. Gay Foster, Carol Compton, Mary Green, Raquel Moreno, all those guys from the BMC, they always give us their complete support and energy, and the festival would not be what it is and run as smoothly as it does without their work. So thanks to them. So just some of the normal housekeeping stuff, just a reminder, if you have a cell phone, turn that off. Some of the standard NEYT instructions are, if you have to get up for any reason in the middle of the performance, then you can just use the side exit up here. In case of an emergency, we can also use this exit over here. Which reminds me that we're also very grateful to NEYT for being a convivial host for us once again. It's a great venue for us to run this event. And we're also really happy to be able to use McNeil's Pub. They do great work not just in staving off thirst, but since the beginning of the festival 9 years ago, when we first started holding events there, they've really opened their doors a lot as a venue for regular Irish tune sessions, a monthly French Canadian session, regular pub sings every month, and even an old time jam. So McNeil's has really become a great focal point for us in town for traditional music, and we're very grateful for that. So the last thing that I want to say about the festival, another element of the festival that's become really important, I think, in recent years, is that the festival, in addition to kind of presenting established performers or performing in their established formats, the festival is also a chance for some of our local players to try out some new collaborations. So for several years we've had an act called Brattleboro, And we always try to have a Brattleboro act, and that's just what it is. It's some local players getting together in some combination that they haven't performed in before, and present some music that they pull together. So our official Brattleboro act is in the second half, but even our first act is a couple of musicians who have never actually really performed formally together. They're established players. They've really enjoyed playing together at the McNeil's Irish session, but I know they've had a great deal of fun pulling together some music for this set here tonight, and I'm excited because they've actually invited me to back them up on a couple of tunes. So please welcome Dan Restivo and Becky Tracy.
Oh my goodness, thanks a million for coming out, folks, and filling up this hall and selling out this concert in behalf of Brattleboro Music Center. That was 3 tunes we put together. The first one is a setting that I got from a Prince Edward Island fiddle player named Kim Vincent of a Josephine Keegan tune called Cap and Bells. The second one is did anybody here take the Irish music class today? Yeah, that was so you recognize that tune. I taught that tune, Elizabeth Kelly's Delight. It's a Clare slip jig, and the last one was the Rainy Day Reel. Yeah, so.
So the next set of tunes will have a tune that Keith wrote, and when we were getting together, Dan and I, to play, Keith had this tune sort of rumbling around, and he just thought, this is kind of a Dan tune. So he decided to name it for Dan, and he just calls it the Restless One. And that's partly due to the fact that Dan spends half of his time in Brattleboro and half his time in Toronto, so he's sort of never sure exactly when he's going to be around. But he's been around recently. It's been great. So the Restless One into Port Fla.
Thanks so much, Keith Murphy. Thanks so much, everybody. That was okay. If anybody speaks Irish here, I don't, so forgive this, but I believe that it's pronounced either Dyrek agus Bayo, and Dyrek and Bayo are two hills in Ireland, and that's about all I know about that area. Originally learned from the playing of Matt Malloy.
Okay, well, it's too short. Not this, but our time here. This is our last set coming up, and it's, okay, let's see. The first tune is the Raffo Reel, which is kind of a wild tune. I think of it as the tune, I don't know, that we kind of clicked on.
Bonded.
We bonded over this tune. Yeah, it just tells you a little bit about maybe both of our personalities. And then followed by the Whistling Postman. And thank you very much. And there's so much great music coming up.
Is there ever?
Yeah.
Take it away, babe.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Gowan. Thank you so much amazing music to come.
My name is Carol Compton. I work at the Brattleboro Music Center. Our next performer gave me fairly, not specific instructions, but he suggested that I not spend a lot of time on his biography. He's right. I realize I don't need to. The fact that all of you are sitting here listening to this music is a testament to what he and Becky and some of you in this audience have helped create over the last number of years. The Brattleboro Music Center is very proud to count this among one of our local treasures, and we thank all of you for continuing to support it. Most of all, we thank the people who keep making it happen from year to year, and one of them has been pretty dedicated, and he still manages to find time to both organize all this, facilitate all this, and perform. Please welcome Keith Murphy.
Hello again. Well, I've gotten to play, quite a number of times over the years in one configuration or another at the festival, but I haven't ever had a chance to do this set of music that I've worked on now for the past several years, my solo group of music, a lot of which is stuff from Newfoundland, which is where I grew up. And a song that I've really been enjoying this past year comes from a poem that I found last spring. And it was written by this Scottish woman who had moved to Newfoundland in the mid-1800s. And she wrote this poem which really sort of captured the dilemma of why people continue to live in Newfoundland. We try to put a brave face on it. It's not always a really hospitable place, but it is great. So I'll do this song, The Land of Fish and Seals. Let sunny India her wealth proclaim, her gorgeous glowing skies, her silken stores and golden veins, and flowers of every dye. We envy not her gaudy show, where death insidious steals, for wealth's bright diamond deck our brow in the land of fish and seal. Let Italy and France and Spain their vine-clad valleys praise. Let Greece and Rome take up the strain and sing of bygone days, of classic fame and glorious names, which fame's loud trumpet reveals. But we boast not of our past glories in the land of fish and seal. No great immortal names are ours, whose deeds our annals trace. No golden mines nor golden vines, where deeds our valleys grace. but yet our ice-girt dial can claim the true, the brave, the leal. For slave and tyrant we disdain in the land of fish and seal. And we boast not of our past glories, but of our living brave. With a frozen ocean fearless tread and skim the angry waves. May heaven bless their gallant arts, our country's pride and weal, who face the perils of the deep in the quest for fish and seal. May plenty cheer our hardy sons, and fortune on them smile. If milk and honey are not ours, may we have lots of oil. It'll make each face shine bright with joy, each bosom grateful feel, and bring contentment, joy, and peace in the land of fish and seals. It'll make each face shine bright with joy, each bosom grateful feel, and bring contentment, joy, and peace in the land of fish and seals. All right, well, I know it's a big singing crowd here, and I'm so happy that singing has become a big part of the festival. You know, this is our 9th year, and I think it's accurate to say that the first pub sing that we had at McNeil's was the one that was part of the festival when we started. And out of that grew our regular pub sing, which has become just a really thriving part of the monthly music calendar here in Brattleboro. So I thought we should do a big chorus song, the kind of song that you might hear at McNeil's if you make your way there. And this is a well-known sea song. I'm sure it's familiar to many of you. The words are, "Help me, Bob, I'm bully in the alley." A boat without a rudder, is going to kind of move kind of erratically over the water, and a sailor on a Saturday night downtown might also move in a similar fashion. So help me, Bob, I'm bully in the alley. Bully down in Shinbone Alley. And the melody is this, the chorus. Help me, Bob, I'm bully in the alley. Way, hey, bully in the alley. Help me, Bob, I'm bully in the alley. Bully down in Shinbone Alley. Try it. Help me, Bob, I'm bully in the alley. Way, hey, bully in the alley. Help me, Bob, I'm bully in the alley. Bully down in Shinbone Alley. Bully down in Shinbone Alley. And it's going to sound great with some harmony. I know you've got it in you. Sing it out, don't be shy. And part of that chorus gets recycled as part of the verses. You'll see how that works if you don't already know. Let's do that chorus one more time. Help me, Bob, I'm bully in the alley. Way, hey, bully in the alley. Help me, Bob, I'm bully in the alley. Bully down in Shinbone Alley. Well, Sally is a girl that I love dearly. Way, hey, bully in the alley. Sally is a girl that I splice nearly. Bully down in Shinbone Alley. So help me, Bob, I'm bully in the alley. Way, hey, bully in the alley. Help me, Bob, I'm bully in the alley. Bully down in Shinbone now. Well, 7 years I courted Sally. Way, hey, bully in the alley. All she did was dilly-dally. Bully down in Shinbone now. So help me, Bob, I'm bully in the alley. Way, hey, bully in the alley. Help me, Bob, I'm bully in the alley. Bully down in Shinbone now. So I left Sal and I went to sailing. Way, hey, bully in the alley. Signed on a big ship, I went to whaling. Bully down in Shinbone now. So help me, Bob, I'm bully in the alley. Way, hey, bully in the alley. Help me, Bob, I'm bully in the alley. Bully down in Shinbone now. If ever I get back, I'll marry Sally. Way, hey, bully in the alley. Have 6 kids and live in Shinbone Alley. Bully down in Shinbone now. So help me, Bob, I'm bully in the alley. Way, hey, bully in the alley. Help me, Bob, I'm bully in the alley. Bully down in Shinbone now. One more. So help me, Bob, I'm bully in the alley. Way, hey, bully in the alley. Help me, Bob, I'm bully in the alley. Bully down in Shinbone now. Woo! So you can learn that song and then go and sing it at the next pub sing. All right, I'm just going to do one more song here. You know, one of the things that I did getting ready for the festival, I don't know if you've noticed this, but NEYT has this great screen out in the lobby now where you can run a slideshow. So that motivated me to go back through all the photographs that I've taken over the years from festivals and from our summer weekend program, the Northern Roots Weekend, and our kids camp called Trad Camp, we run with the BMC, and stuff that we've done with our classes, and so there's a lot of photographs. But of course the cutest ones are of the kids. And you know, over the course of that time, a lot of those guys have changed quite a bit, unlike the adults who have not changed. So that's been a real highlight for us working at the BMC, having our youth group. I'm sure some of them are here tonight. Are you guys here? All right. So I'll dedicate this song to those guys because it's sort of on the theme of young people outwitting their elders, and I'm afraid that's fast approaching. It's another song from Newfoundland, and it's a couple kind of, you know, going behind their parents' backs in the middle of the night. It's called "Go From My Window." As I lay on my bed asleep, I dreamed of a fair, pretty maid, being so pressed I could take no rest. Love did torment me so, and it's off to my love I didn't go. And it's off to my love I didn't go. I knocked loud and bold at my love's door. Yes, I knocked loud and bold at the door. Who is there? She muttered. I heard her voice, and thus I did reply. It is I, love, and open the door. It is I, love, and open the door. My dad and mum, they are both away, and I'm afraid they will hear you speak. For if my dad and mum didn't know, they will undo us both. And it's go from my window, love, go. And it's go from my window, love, go. Your dad and mum, they are both asleep. For I was at the window to peep. They sleep so sure on the bed and snore, their voices sound so low. It's her eyes, love, and open the door. It's her eyes, love, and open the door. My love, she rose and opened the door. Like an angel, she stood on the floor. Her eyes shone bright like the stars at night. No diamonds could shine so. And it's in with my love I didn't go. And it's in with my love I didn't go. She rose and she bid me go my way. For if my dad and mom didn't know, they will undo us both. And it's go from my window, love, go. And it's go from my window, love, go. As I was going out of the door, the chair came a-rattling to the floor, which woke the old man in surprise. The house did rattle so. And it's hark, Father, how the winds do blow. And it's hark, Father, how the winds do blow.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
Hi everyone, my name's Corey DeMario, and I am on the board here at Northern Roots, which basically means I get to eat really tasty scones that Keith and Becky make about once a month, where we figure out all the details of this fine event every year. It's a really great kind of committee that puts it together. We have one more act before the intermission tonight, so I just wanted to check in and see how you're all doing. Is everyone, you're good? You're having fun? Excellent. One of the things that I always like to mention to the fine audiences here every year is that all the performers here, this is a benefit. Did you all know that this is a benefit for the Brattleboro Music Center? So yeah, thanks. And so all the performers here are volunteers. We're all here to volunteer for you. And one of the ways that you can support all of us musicians is to buy our stuff. We all have CDs and merchandise out in the lobby. So at the break, I encourage you to check it out. It's all fantastic. I've heard every single one, actually. In fact, Marielle and Stash are about to play. Both have CDs out there. Stash is new and it's just called Stash. It's very emphatic. Yeah. So after this next act, please check out that stuff. There's also a mailing list that we'd love for you to sign up on, so we can let you know about other great events here throughout the year and every January here in the Youth Theater. So one of the things about Northern Roots that we always like to do is it's about our community here in Brattleboro and the surrounding areas, but it's also about reaching out to other kind of nearby communities. And one of those places that we have a big connection to is Boston. because it's only 2 hours away and it's a big city. But also a lot of us, myself included, and have lived there in the past, and so we still hold strong ties to the music scene there. In fact, we feel connected to Brattleboro. And Mario Vandersdale and Stash Weislouch they live in Boston, and I've known them now for a decade. They're both fantastic people and fantastic players, and it's my honor to present them to you here in Brattleboro. Please make them welcome.
Hey everybody.
Thank you so much. It's such a pleasure to be here at the Northern Roots Festival. I've been hearing about it for years from all my friends in Boston who have come up during various years, and they always come back raving about this festival. So we're very happy to be here. Those two tunes were two traditional Norwegian tunes. The first one was a springar, and the second tune is called Holdreslat, which is a listening tune. And the story that goes with that tune is there's a man and he's taking a walk in the woods, and he's found this nice trail that he's going down, and all of a sudden this woman appears kind of out of nowhere in front of him, and he's intrigued, and he kind of follows her and just can't believe how beautiful she is, and just continues to follow her until she comes into this clearing, and she turns around and she has a devil's tail sticking out underneath her dress. And so somehow that tune goes with that story. I guess you can find some connections. I got into fiddle music when I was in 8th grade, and at the time I had some friends living here in Brattleboro, and when they heard the news that I was going to start playing fiddle music, they sent me this CD of some local musicians who played fiddle music, and it ended up being they sent me a Popcorn Behavior CD. And I have such a strong memory of putting that CD in the CD player and just like, oh my God, I fell in love. So that was my first introduction to Keith Murphy, and that kind of introduced me to Nightingale, and I just loved all of their music. So it's such a pleasure being here with them today, and this next tune we're going to be playing is one of Keith's. It's called On the Danforth.
Well, folks, we have one more song for you. I want to send a big thank you out to Keith and everybody who made this event possible. Thanks for having us. Mario Vandersteel on the fiddle.
Did anyone, was anyone here for the guitar styles workshop? Sweet, awesome. So you guys, you already know the scoop that Stash started out playing heavy metal music, and now he kind of still does. He's kind of created this acoustic metal guitar style, and you can, if that sounds intriguing, you can pick up a copy of his Stash CD and
You know, the first Norwegian music I ever heard was actually heavy metal music. There's a lot of good heavy metal that comes from there, so we're gonna put that in this last one for you.
This last one we're going to do is a tune called Nora Fuels, and the story that goes with this tune is that there are two brothers, and they start playing this tune, and they just can't stop. And the only way for them to stop is if the devil comes and like literally takes the fiddle out of their hand. So we might need some assistance to stop. So much. Stash Weissouch. I'm Mario Vandersteel.
Thank you. Well, if you haven't been to a pub sing, you need to go to a pub sing. There were songs that I hadn't heard, and singers I had never heard today that were just wonderful. And one of the things you get to do if you go to a pub sing is not only, we hope you'll sing along, but lead songs maybe. One of the things I'm proudest about with the pub sing, that was Amanda Whitman's wonderful idea. We need to do what happens at Northern Roots once a month, you know, more regularly. And she was absolutely right. And Amanda's... So please go. And one of the things you'll get to do is to hear these three wonderful women singers who it turned out didn't meet there, but do get to sing at them. So you get to hear some more of their singing if you go to the pub sing. And please bring your own songs and lead a song. It's really a great opportunity. And there were singers today I hadn't heard, doing songs I hadn't heard. And it's a real honor and a privilege to be there, and a thrill to sing with so many people from Brattleboro. But please welcome this year's version of Brattleboro, who are singers instead of being fiddlers, which would be wonderful if they were. And please welcome Brattleboro.
All ye jolly ploughmen, and help me to sing. I will sing in the praise of you all. If a man he don't labor, how can he get bread? I will sing and make merry with all. It was of two young brethren born. It was of two young brethren born. One he was a shepherd and a tender of sheep. The other a sower of corn. We will ride it, we will tile it, through mud and through clay. We will plow it up deeper and low. Then after comes the seedsman, his corn for to sow, and the harrows to rake it in rows. There is April, there is May, there is June and July. What a pleasure it is for to see the corn grow. In August we will reap it, we will cut sheaf and bind it, and go down with our sides for to mow. And after we've reaped it off every sheaf, and have gathered up every ear, with a drop of good beer, boys, and our hearts full of cheer, we will wish them another good year. Our barns they are full, our fields they are clear. Good health to our master and friends. We will make no more to do, but we'll plow and we'll sow, and prepare for the very next year.
Thanks so much. That was a song called Two Young Brethren by the Copper Family. Good old classic. And Robin is going to introduce the next song.
And our next song has a very strong local roots. It was written by a local woman named Carol Moody Crompton, and it was written in the late 70s when she was a college student at Marlborough College. The text comes from an oral history of one of the first settlers of Marlborough, and the tune comes from the shape note hymn called Fiducia, and it was kind of made famous by the singing of Margaret Dale and Tony Barrand, and it's traveled far and wide.
Okay, so we're gonna try one key that we've been rehearsing it in the whole time, but my voice, the low range, is just bottomed out. So if it doesn't work, we might change. Don't be surprised. I think it'll be okay.
I came to live among these hills as Francis Whitmore's wife. Out in the woods I do declare it is a lonesome life. My husband's gone to distant lands to pursue his tinker's trade. Left me alone to guard the cattle and the home we made. Each day I go with my small axe into the drifting snow. Branches I gather, feed the cows, and make the fire go. To furnish water for the cows, I boil both ice and snow, till spring awakes the frozen streams and lets the waters flow. Throughout this long and dreary winter I have been alone, without a horse or neighbor woman who could share my moan, with only my young daughter dear to keep me company. I put my faith in God above, He will watch over me. One day by providence, hunters sought for shelter at my door. I bade them welcome, warm themselves, and share among our store. Their company was dear to me, it filled my heart with song. I could not guess the emptiness I feel when they were gone. My mind and hands with daily toil are constantly employed, but in the hours of darkness there are fears I can't avoid. The days are hard, the nights are long, but spring will surely come. And when the trails are free of snow, my Francis will come home. If I survive through bitter winds of winter,
from winter or the snow. When others come to settle here, their courage it might fail. God gives me strength, and with it I will help them to prevail. I came to live among these hills as Francis Whitmore's wife. Out in the woods I do declare it is a lonesome life.
Thank you. We have one more song to sing for you. It might be familiar to you. If it is, please feel free to join in on the chorus after we've sung it through once. This song is one that we got from our friend Ellen Galler up in Maine, and she learned it from the singing of Tony Cuff. Gordon Bach has also recorded this song with some beautiful new verses that he wrote, so we drew from all of those sources. And it's a song of singing and a song of community, which feels very appropriate. Come and sit down, me cronies, and give us your crack. Let the wind take the cares of this life from your back. From our hearts to despondency we never will submit, for we've always been provided for, and so will we yet. And so will we yet, and so will we yet, for we've always been provided for, and so will we yet. Come lift up your voices, be they hearty or frail. It'll lighten your hearts and enliven the tale. For we'll always be the merrier the longer that we sit. For we've sung together many a time, and so will we yet. And so will we yet, and so will we yet. For we've sung together many a time, and so will we yet. Here's a health to the farmer who prospers the plow, rewarding his ardent toil all the year round. And through the seed time and the harvest he always will get, for he's left it all to Providence, and so will we yet. And so will we yet, and so will we yet, for he's left it all to Providence, and so will we yet. Here's a song for the carpenter, may patience guide your hand, for the dearer your work to you, the longer it will stand. And when the wind is at your door, we never will forget, for we've sung your praises many a time, and so will we yet. And so will we yet, and so will we yet, for we've sung your praises many a time, and so will we yet. Here's a verse for all you singers who keep your voices clear. Good health to you and happiness to all that you hold dear. For the world as you would have it be so will we yet, and so will we yet, and so will we yet. And He's the work of providence, and so will we yet. So lift up your noble hearts with laughter and song, and may your days be brighter and your nights be not so long. For your joys are just as welcome here as woes you would forget. And when you wept, we wept with you, and so will we yet, and so will we yet, and so will we yet. For when you wept, we wept with you, and so will we yet, and so will we yet, and so will we yet. For we've always been provided for, and so will we yet.
Thank you. Thanks so much. Thank you.
Weren't they amazing? Let's hear it again for Brattleboro. My name's Brendan Taff. I'm one of the Northern Roots board members. We begin each meeting reciting that. We decided to model ourselves after the 12-step program this year. Keith obviously being the higher power. It's a grueling task, meeting and putting this festival together. We have to eat a lot of scones to get through it. And we try to really consider filling different niches to put the program together, having music from different traditions, having different instruments. So this next act will showcase the pipe tradition of Scotland, which is exciting. If you ever have the chance to go to Scotland, I recommend arriving in Edinburgh by train into Waverley Station, and you emerge, which is an underground rail station, and you emerge from the station, and there is Edinburgh Castle, which is actually on the edge of an extinct volcano. And also, I promise you that the moment you emerge from the rail station, there will be a piper playing either Amazing Grace or Scotland the Brave. It was actually a parliamentary act recently that be the case. So that was one of the important niches we really needed to fill for the festival. The other one, this is kind of secret, but I'll let you know, we really felt it was important for there to be at least one man bun involved on the stage. So this next act only has one of those, but we thought that would do. So with that in mind, some farther flung friends, we had Stash and Marielle from Boston, and now from Portland, Maine, and Montreal, Quebec. Please welcome Will Woodson and Eric McDonald.
Time at this festival. I was here a few years ago with fiddler Katie McNally. We had a blast. So I thought I would bring my friend Will here, who brings the pipes. And this is his first experience here at Northern Roots, and we're really looking forward to sharing this instrument that Will built for you. His time during the day is spent making pipes, and he has no choice but to play them as a result. So we're going to start off with some jigs for you.
Names on those couple of piping classics there. No, not that order. The Old Woman's Dance was the first one. And the second one was called The Kitchen Maid. A couple of tunes for me associated with the piping of a great old Scottish piper named John Burgess, for those aficionados of you in the audience. We might move geographically just a bit over to Cape Breton Island and try a couple of reels that originate from that part of the world. Got at least one fan of Cape Breton in the room. But we're going to start it off with a march first. I think before we do that, we're probably going to check tuning again, if you'll forgive us. These pipes were only born a couple of weeks ago, really, so they're still kind of learning how to be pipes. Need a bit of teaching every now and again.
For those of you who are wondering, right now they're pitched in G sharp. So my guitar is also a little confused learning how to be in G sharp as well. It does give them a lovely deep sound though. Thank you very much. I think we're going to sing a song for you now. You heard a song once already from the great Tony Cuff. This is a song that I also learned from the singing of the great Tony Cuff, who's been a great influence on me and my playing and my singing. This one is one that he sang with a band he used to perform in by the name of Ossian, if anyone's ever heard of that great Scottish band. And it was a song that is in Scots, which is a beautiful language that I don't speak. So Scots is similar enough in a lot of ways to English that you can maybe maneuver it around. So I tend to anglicize these songs and translate them as best as possible. So when I first heard this song in Scots, it sounded really dark and mysterious and tragic, like it might be about a young man going to war. When I translated it, I discovered it's about a guy on a farm going on vacation telling somebody what to do on the farm while he's gone. So, but I went to all that work, so we're gonna sing it for you now. It's called Charily, Oh Charily. And all of these songs that we've been playing for you, these songs and tunes, are on a CD that Will and I put together. We lived together in Portland, Maine for almost 2 years, until recently. And we spent a lot of that time putting a lot of this music together. And we put out an album called The Sunny Hills, and all these are on it. And so we're pretty proud of the music that we make, I think, especially because there's pipes in it. And it maybe is palatable. So anyway, Charily, Oh Charily.
Oh Charily, come out from Pitcairn, and I'll give out all your orders. For a while I'm away to yon high Highland hills, for a while to leave the bonny bucking borders. Oh Charily, take notice what I say, and put every man to his station. For a while I'm away to yon high Highland hills, for to view all the parts of the nation. You'll put Shaw, you'll put Sanderson to Carr. To the Culling you'll put old Andrew Caithness, and you'll bid Colin Hill aye to feed the threshing mill. And you'll see that he doesn't faint from weakness. To the gathering o' the hay you'll put little Liza Gray, and with her you'll put her cousin Peggy. Oh, and down below the barns, there you'll put your arms, and you'll see that they dare to act tidy. As for you, Wally Bard, you'll carry on as word, and you'll set all them lasses a-howling. But you'd best take heed of Jake, or he'll play you a trick, and he'll set all your merry maids mowing. Oh Shirley, take notice what I say, and put every man to his station. For a while I'm away to yon high-heeling hills, for to view all the parts of the nation.
Thank you very much. Well, it has been an absolute pleasure to be here. We have one more set of music for you. One more round of applause for everyone who's performed tonight, please. It is never not a joy to come to a place where everybody is excited about traditional music and sharing it. So it's been a really special day for us. Thank you to Keith and the Brattleboro Music Center and the committee for helping us put this together and make it happen. One more big round of applause for all of those folks, please. We're going to play you the title track off of our CD. It's a Strathspey and 2 reels. Munlochy Bridge.
The Brown-Haired Maid.
The Brown-Haired Maid and the Sunny Hills. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
Eric and Will, all right. We're going to have one last of music for you. I'm going to play the finale on my own. Unless you guys want to come out as well. I don't mind. Well, I'll say just a couple more thank yous. I'll say thank you to Alan and Rebecca here for doing all this work here on the sound all day long. And we have like a veritable army of volunteers who've helped us through the day, and I'm sure many of you are sitting out there right now. So a big thank you to all those volunteers. How about it? I also want to say thank you to Ray Siebold, who's heading the film crew. You know, a bunch of videos from past Northern Roots are up on YouTube. Ray's been doing a beautiful job of filming and editing for us, so definitely should go and check that out. But a big hand for Ray Siebold and his guys there. So join us for our traditional concert ender. Call all hands to man the capstan, see the cables are running clear. Heave away and with the will, boys, for New England we will steer. Here we go. Rolling home, rolling home, rolling home across the sea, rolling home to old New England. To thee.
Up aloft amid the rigging blows a wild and whistling gale, like a monsoon in the springtime, filling out each well-known sail. Rolling home, rolling home, rolling home across the rolling home to old New England, rolling home, dear land to thee.
Round Cape Horn, a winter morning, through the ice and through the snow, you will hear our shellback singing. Heel around, boys, let her go.
Rolling home across the sea, rolling home to old New England, rolling home, dear land to thee.
Many 1,000 miles before us, many 1,000 miles before, ocean lift your winds to bring us to that long remembered shore.
Rolling home, rolling home, rolling home across the sea, rolling home to old New England, rolling home, dear land to thee. And we'll sing in joyful chorus through the watches of the night. We'll sight the shore of old New England when the dawn